Hello, and welcome again to my place. It's just me, Mama B. So, this is part 3 of Healthy Living Made Easy. Let's get ready for winter. And today, our focus is going to be the nose. The nose is very important. It's lined with, the inside of our nose is lined with something called mucous membranes. And mucous membranes are very helpful for trapping bacteria and pollens and dust particles, which can further cause irritation and then inflammation and then colds and flus. So it's extremely important that we keep the inside of our nose moisturized. Moisture is the key factor in possibly preventing colds for the winter months. Now, I have experimented with all kinds of things for so many years, and I want to share with you today what I feel is the most effective thing or most effective things that we can do. Simple, very simple. A lot of the things we have right in our own home that we can do to be healthier this winter. Okay, let's get started. So, the key word here again is moisture. As you turn the heat on, the indoor air changes and our indoor air is robbed of moisture and humidity. One of our best natural defenses against colds is the moisturizing of our nasal passages, because viruses attach more efficiently and they are trapped and disposed of when our nasal passages are moist. This can be achieved many ways, but I'm just going to go over a few options with you today. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to show you, which I think is really helpful, and I use this all year actually, is nasal spray. And I found this to be my favorite because it has sea salt, aloe vera. It also has two of my very favorite herbs, slippery elm and marshmallow root. And this is, you can probably find this any drugstore, Walmart, whatever. So there you go. And I do have a daily routine that I'll share with you in just a minute. So, okay, so there are nasal sprays. Now I wanted to point out before we go further, this is considered a non-medicated. I always go for the non-medicated ones. I feel that the medicated ones can be effective. However, you could get what's called a rebound effect, which means that once it wears off and no longer works, you have more swelling than what you had before. So I choose to go the more natural route, the more, less harsh, non-medicated. Aloe is extremely soothing, along with, like I said, the other herbs that I mentioned in here. Slippery elm is very soothing, marshmallow root also. So, yeah, that's the nasal spray. And what you do is it's just really simple. You just squirt, 2 or 3 times up each side and gently sniff. And, you can feel the difference right away. And you can use this as often as needed. It's not addicting, and there's no length of time that, you can't use it. So that's why I really like that. The second thing I wanted to share with you, and I think most of you probably already know about this, is the neti pot. Now you could use this, or you could use something like this, which all you do is you boil water, because you want your water to be disinfected, and you let it cool and you let it come to room temperature, and then you would just add a non-iodized salt or something like this. This is a neti salt that's you can purchase that specifically for the use of neti pots. But what I did was I made a solution. I took this big jar and I just dumped that salt in here. And I added, just smelling it just smells so good. And I added essential oils like peppermint, eucalyptus. I think I put some lavender in here. And so what I did was I put the lid back on and I shook it up real good. So it's all ready to go. So I just take this little scoop thingy and I just fill this up and I put it in with my warm water. Put it in here with my warm water and I shake it real good and I'm ready to go. Okay, that's an option. So whenever the saline water passes through the very delicate nasal membranes with little or hardly no burning, and it helps to relieve nasal symptoms like sinus infections, colds, and flus. And the neti pot helps to improve the flow of the mucus, and it cleans out irritants before the irritants have a chance to cause inflammation. Okay, that is very important. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about was essential oils are also extremely helpful for opening up congestion in this area. There's just so many things that you can do. What I like to do is I'll get just like a basic oil, make sure it's a therapeutic grade. I'll just get a basic oil like eucalyptus. And I'll demonstrate, although you can't smell it. Smell-o-vision. Take a smell. You really, this is really all you need to do. Just put it on your nose and just smell it. It's just the smell. Or you can just put one drop in your hand. Come out one drop. One drop is really all that you need. And then you rub it gently. And then you cup your hands. And then you smell. See, it's already starting to work. And you just breathe deeply. Smells so good. I can already feel it starting to open everything up. Actually, my eyes are starting to water too. See, that's what you want. You just want everything to just start flowing and moving. Just to keep it all opened up. All right. Also, I'm sure you're all familiar with cool mist humidifiers are very helpful to combat the dryness of our air in the winter. If you don't have a humidifier, I just have a really simple option for you. Just get a large pot or big bowl and just put tap water in it. And at night you can put it on your dresser, and that the air will absorb the water as necessary. Or during the day, what you can do is you can, if you have a teapot that whistles, it's very helpful. You put water in there and put the little pluggy thing up on it and let it slowly boil to just add the moisture to the air. Now be real careful, because if you're like me, I've already done this. I've already put like a pot of water on the stove and forgot about it. And that is not safe. Anyway, if you're going to do this, I suggest using a timer so that you don't forget about it. Okay, if you're like me, you're going to need a timer. All right, moving right along. So when the inside of our nose becomes dry and cracked, infection is much more probable. So that's why we need to keep everything moist, okay? The mucous membranes, that thin layer of tissue that lines the inside of our nose, it has two purposes. This lining has two purposes. It warms up the air that enters, and it moistens the air. So guess what that's called? You ready? Snot. Yeah, that's what it is. And we need it. Along those lines, now you might not think this is important, but it really is. If and when you do get a cold, do not blow your nose real hard, because when you do that, you're creating more irritation and more pressure, which in turn creates more inflammation, and it's going to stuff you up even more, because the more inflamed you get, the more stuffed up, and the more you can't breathe through your nose. And there's nothing worse Really, I can think of when you can't breathe through your nose, you can't taste your food, you can't lay down, you can't sleep right, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. Okay. Also, we can do something very simple. Self-applied acupressure. So you take your thumbs and you come along the side of your nose and you stop right here where your eyebrows start, right there. And that's where you want to put pressure, right there. And you just hold that for like 30 seconds and then you release it. You can do that all throughout the day. Now what I like to do is I like to incorporate the cleansing of my lymphatic system to help with any drainage in my entire head area. So I'm just going to share with you a simple massage that I do, and anyone can do it anytime. It's real helpful to do before bed also. Like ladies especially, if you're doing your moisturizer at night or in the morning, I like to do mine at night. So after I'm done showering and get my face all squeaky clean, I'll just get my favorite moisturizer, lotion, and I will do this. I will start up here and I will do this and come down, do this and come down, do this and come down, and I'll do that about 8 to 10 times. So once I do that area, then I'll start in here and I'll come like this and come the whole way up and the whole way down. You just want to take it the whole way down into your lymphatic system. So you do this and come the whole way up. Make sure you come down the whole way. And then after you do that about 8 to 10 times, then you want to come behind your ear, the mastoid bones, start at the very top, and then you just press and you come down. Come up again, press, and come down. And then after I do that, I just do this. And I just keep pulling it all down. There you go. Isn't that simple? And it really works. Beats taking medication. That's what I always say. So that's my facial massage to try to keep everything, loosened up in the sinus area. And you can always do like little what they call finger walking on your sinuses. Start in this area and then always work towards the ear. To try to unplug your ears and then always bring it down so that it can drain out. This could be helpful also for unplugging ears that are clogged. Okay, I'm getting warm. Also, very interesting, peppermint oil is one of my favorite go-to oils. Some people don't really like the smell of peppermint oil. Our son, for example, doesn't do well with peppermint oil, or son Jonathan. But anyway, you can take 1 drop of peppermint oil and put it on the bottom of your feet, and you will get results that way also. You can also breathe this in. Now, another thing too that I wanted to share with you, which I found very, very helpful. This is I think the most helpful. Okay, let me find it here. All right. So it's nose salve, and I make my own. So I'll share with you how it works. You just get coconut oil, and you put coconut oil in a bowl, and you just add a little bit, and then you get your peppermint oil, and you're going to put 1 drop, okay, maybe 2 drops of peppermint oil in with maybe like a tablespoon of coconut oil. Mix it really good and whip it until it gets really creamy. And then all you do is you just put that in a little jar like this. This is my homemade oil here. And then every night, every morning and night, this is my regimen. I get a Q-tip, a clean Q-tip, one end for each side, and I'll just dip a little bit like this, just about that much. If you can see, just about that much, and I just swab the inside of my nose very gently. Just coat the inside of my nose, and then I'll do it on the other end, and I'll swab the inside of my nose very gently. And I have really found that makes a huge difference. It helps me to breathe easier at night because the peppermint oil helps everything keep open up. And it really keeps the inside of my nose from drying out. So I have really found a difference with that. So, you know, I hope you can try this, because I know it would really make a difference. So, I think that's all I wanted to share, but there is one more thing. And as I was doing my research today, I found this in, well, let me say this first of all. As far as foods that we can eat, horseradish is excellent. And actually, can't talk to actually the best form of horseradish is the root. So you get the root, you grate it on a spoon, and you can add it to honey and just eat it that way. Yeah, or you can put it on, some people put it on, I think, ham or certain foods, and you just eat it that way, because as soon as you eat the horseradish, it just, man, it just opens everything up. Or you could do this. You can take 1 tablespoon of lukewarm honey, just lukewarm, and add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And do that for 3 days, once a day for 3 days. That's 1 tablespoon of lukewarm honey and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon for 3 days. Now, I'm going to do something here for y'all that I've never tried before, and I'm going to incorporate this. My hubby's fighting a cold right now, so I'm going to make this for him and take it upstairs for him. So I'm going to point the camera down and show you what I have going on here. We're going to try to make this. It's a combination of, first of all, it's a ginger root. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory, okay? And obviously the best thing to do is to go right to the source, just go right to the root and get the full benefit of what you need it to work for. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to incorporate this into a garlic press to get juice out of it, or maybe like very small pieces of ginger. And I'm going to add that to a teaspoon of honey. And the research that I did today said that you should do that 2 to 3 times a day until your symptoms disappear. So let's get to it. All right, I'll point you all down here so you can see. All right, let's move you back here a little bit. There you go. There you go. So we have my ginger here. And let's see, I think what I'm going to do is also, I have chosen raw manuka honey. So I'm going to take, if I can open this up. Oh dear. It's like stuck. Wow, that is really on there. Oh my. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to take a spoon of it. Wanted to show you something too. It's really cool. Look how dark that is. So rich. So we're going to want to get a really nice teaspoon. Look how that is just so good for you. So we're going to put a teaspoon of that in the bowl. So yummy. And then I'm going to peel my ginger. I'm going to use the rest of this for something else. I'm not going to waste this. Actually, I think what I'll do is, when I have all these shavings and peelings, I'm going to add them to boiling water and make ginger tea when I'm done. So I'm going to take a piece of this ginger, and well, I can already smell it. So I'm going to add it to my garlic press here and see if I can come up with something here. Ready? This is going to be exciting, right, to see if this works. I've never seen anybody do this before. I just thought I had the idea. You can see it coming out the bottom. Oh, cool. Look at that. The juice is coming out. No way. That's awesome. You need muscles to do this, though. This is so cool. Look at that. Ginger juice. Ha ha. I'm on to something. This is so cool. Can y'all see the juice coming out there? Let's see, if I was stronger, I could squeeze more, get more juice. There it is. Wow, this is so cool. There you go. All right, so you can see I haven't smashed in. Some of the ginger is already starting to poke through. So if I can squeeze it, oh, there's more juice coming up. So if I can squeeze it, I actually want to get, here it comes. There it is. Oh, wow. So cool. Don't want to waste any. I call it, this is liquid gold, right? So I'm going to get my knife and I'm going to scrape off some of this. Put it right into the honey. And there we go. Raw ginger juice and grated bits of ginger. And I'm going to take this upstairs to my hubby and say, look what I made for you. Made with love. Fantastic. Hey, did you enjoy that? I really had fun. So once again, this entire video was about the nose. And remember how important it is to keep everything moist in the winter especially. I hope you enjoyed this, and I really enjoyed putting this video together for you all. Let me know what you think. Catch you later. Bye.